Hey folks, how's it going? So often I have heard flat earthers claim that a sundial only works on a flat stationary plane with a light source like a sun or something, or floating around and circling around the earth on the top of their dirt pizza. And that is demonstrably untrue. Now, there's somebody on TikTok named Stingray who's actually used the Blender models to set it all up using just geometry and shows this comparison and debunks all the flat earth claims. But they try to shout that it's CGI and that he's manipulated it somehow. So, took upon myself, some other people have done this in the past, but I've done this myself, to physically do it with a physical sundial. Now, I've used one that I just found a template off the internet, downloaded it, cut it out, set it to my my latitude, and then I've set it up outside. The time-lapse video of about an hour. I didn't have a lot of time to have it run and show that it works outside. And then I've set up a flat stationary plane, being my round table. And I've set 15 degrees because it's 15 degrees per hour. And then I had held the laser so that way making sure it was in line with the 15 degrees each mark. And then I had a flashlight that I held to my chest. I had the camera recording, and I moved 15 degrees, lined it all up, and then watched to see the sundial and how it worked. Then I set it up on a big like exercise ball. Well, it's actually a space hopper one of the kids has. I set it to my latitude that would be, so I use one of the little things you hold, the kid holds to hop on it, as see the North Pole. I went 50 degrees down, and I turned that 15 degrees per hour. It went 53 degrees, latitude down. I set up the sundial, because I used paper ones so I could stick it to my ball. And then I turned it 15 degrees, lined it up, I had a little mark on there. I lined it up and turned it, and I showed that that it works on a sphere, rotating sphere, at the proper latitude, but doesn't work on a flat Earth. But let's look at my experiments and see what you think. So here's some time lapse of my sundial set up in my garden on my patio. And as you watch here, I've sped it up a little bit to try to show you the movement. So I set it so it started at 10 o'clock, and we're going to move to 11 o'clock. And it actually ends up being about 5 minutes past 11. And this kept time perfectly, worked perfectly with my wristwatch that I had set it to. So this is all facing the right way, but as you can see, it's moving. I said I would have done a longer one, but I was low on time and low on battery, so I just kind of did what I could. But yeah, you get the idea here. So going from 10 o'clock, oh, there's a fly, and it will move to maybe 11. It'll actually go just a tiny bit past 11 because it was about 5 past 11 when I went and stopped the video.
To the endless skies, ships do vanish neath.
And here's about the end of the video here. All set. Here's the exact same sundial. I'm going to set it up using my laser to point at each one. So I started at noon. These I measured out with a protractor and set to 15 degrees each mark, and then drew a straight line out to help orient myself. So it's 15 degrees. This represents a 1 hour movements. Each time you see lasers on there, and I'll move to line up. I'm lining the laser up, I can see it. I'm lining it up to be in line with each mark, and then look at it, see how the sundial, as you can see here, it, as you move each hour, is jumping further and further at different points here. It's not keeping an accurate time like the sundial does outside. like I said, I'd set it to my watch and then went out and checked it, and it worked. I've done this a few times with this, and it worked perfectly fine and kept time very accurately. I've done it with a couple different sundials to confirm that both showed the same results outside. So here we are. As you can see, I'm moving along. I'm keeping myself. I got the laser underneath the light, like I've held them together, so that way I know the light is in alignment with the 15 degrees. And then I'm stepping myself to the side, but obviously the big thing is to make sure that the light is at 15 degrees. And as you can clearly see, it's each jump I do, it's not keeping accuracy. It should be at 1 hour intervals, and it's not. Now let's try it on this bouncy like space hopper thing, which is a ball. I've set it to the same latitude I'm at in relation to the ball, and now I'm going to move it 15 degrees. You can see here. I'm actually looking from above, so I can see that I'm moving at 15 degrees, and you can see where I set it and it's lined up to 15 degree increments. It is keeping the time and processing each hour perfectly fine, as it did outside. This is a validation that the sundial works on a globe, on a sphere, and I falsified the notion and the hypothesis that it works on a flat stationary plane with the light orbiting around it. This is where I have the light is actually set. I got it set in one place, like if there's a sun, and then letting the sphere turn with the sundial on it, as the globe model predicts. And as you can see here, it actually works out perfectly fine, and it's a validation of the globe that turns and rotates, and not of a flat stationary plane with a light that's magically floating above to who knows what distance and height and altitude, because no flat earther can actually give a definitive answer on that.
Spinning truth round the axis. That's a factual ride. Flirts fumbling hard, trying to run and hide. We got that gravity pulling, you just drifting through. Science facts empirical.
So there you are. I compared the flat Earth hypothesis compared to the globe hypothesis. After doing the real world experiment and showing how a sundial works and kept accurate time outside, I then compared to which model works to show that result. And the flat Earth model failed to work. The flat Earth hypothesis failed to work with a stationary Earth with a light moving around it at 15 degree increments. But as soon as you put it on a sphere and line up to the proper latitude that you are, and then move it at 15 degree increments with a faraway light source that's stationary, and have this have a sphere that turns, then it shows reality of what we see in the beginning. So I validated the globe model and falsified the flat Earth hypothesis. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to follow me for more videos. Click the like button, subscribe, and and remember, people, stay curious. Thanks for watching. Ah, yes, the good stuff. Always sweeten my coffee with the tears of Flurfs.
And by the way, all those rumors on the internet are fake. I'm not flat. I'm not hollow on the inside.